about 20 of, and something called work got in the way. And Raleigh, as I was coming around Raleigh, that's always a challenge. But we'll get started here in a moment. I don't think you'll have any curveball questions. We're going to ask some questions that concern the values of the Randolph Tea Party, and that concerns, can we turn maybe next speaker that way? I think we'll be fine. The constitutionally limited government, free markets. Let's see, constitutionally limited government, free markets, and separation of powers with our Constitution. So we'll be asking a series of questions this evening. This is your chance to get informed. I don't know what everybody else does. I tell you, in my family, we do not cast ignorant ballots. So I know who to vote for. If I'm not sure about somebody's name for a judicial court of appeals judge, I've done my homework and I take the names in. And I'm not just checking off a name because I like how the name sounds. You'd be amazed at how many people do that. And it's extremely important. We've got a president, we have a governor, we have a mayor who think anything right of center is extremist. And if right of center is extremist, if being fiscally responsible, having a constitutionally limited government, and free markets is considered extremist, then I will proudly bear that label. Proudly. So this is the second one we have done for the GOP primary. There wasn't much of a Democratic primary. We would try to have done one for those people as well. This position, currently held by Mr. Lanier, will have competition in the general race, the general election in November. Now last week, or 2 weeks ago, I'm sorry, with Mr. Tillman, Mr. Markham, and Mr. Davis, whoever wins the primary is going to be your senator. Okay, that'll be the only ballot, or name on the ballot, and that's who wins come November. Even if we decide as a people that we want to vote somebody else in on a write-in candidate, they will not certify the write-in candidate as a winner if the write-in candidate wins. That's how it's. The Democrats and Republicans got together a long time ago and cut everybody else out for that deal. So with that, the format tonight, we're going to give you a couple of minutes to kind of tell everybody about yourself. I'm going to be the timekeeper. When I raise my hand, please respect that so that we can keep on schedule. We're starting about 4 minutes behind as it is. After that, I'll ask you a series. We have 5 questions tonight that I want to get through. And after we're finished with that, we will open it up to the floor. And before we do that, I will go ahead and lay down some rules for questions coming from the audience. I chose to do this alphabetically, which means Mr. Lanier gets to go first. So with that, Mr. Lanier and the candidates, if you would share the mics there in front of you, turn them off when you're not being used, and tell people what you stand for. Mr. Lanier.
I'm Arnold Lanier. I was born and raised in Randolph County. I've been a lifetime Republican. One of my slogans is, if you like Jesse Helms, you'll like me. Like I said, I was born and raised. I attended Farmer High School, graduated from Farmer in 1968. My wife Deborah is here. We've been married almost 43 years. We have 3 children, 7 grandchildren. I've served 8 years, 2 terms on the Randolph County Board of Education, which in essence, the school system changed, it grew, our facilities grew, we have a lot of new facilities, we spend our tax dollars wisely, and then I ran for Randolph County Commissioner. I was fortunate enough to win, and I've served on as a commissioner. This is my 2nd term. I'm starting my 8th year. I've had some things that, different accomplishments I'm proud of, and one of them is the courthouse we redid. We sold timber at the landfill, and we raised enough money from that. It was a $2 million project when we started on it. We had it, some people to come in and was going to bid it, and that was the estimate cost of the project. We did bid the project, so we went ahead and done it ourselves because our employees didn't have that much to do. Inspectors, you know, people maintenance and all aspects of the workforce in the county. So we brought them in and let them do the job. And I'd like to invite you to attend the courthouse and just look at it. Thank you.
Mr. Vance?
Hello, everybody. My name is John Nance. I've been a member of the Tea Party. I've been coming here since 2010. I started about June of 2010. Two of the biggest reasons why I ran for office is I'd like to stop the landfill, the regional landfill that's been planned for Randolph County. That's the hallmark of my campaign so far. And second of all, like with the Tea Party principles, I believe in limited government. I believe in small government, efficient government, and transparent government. I believe that every tax dollar should be followed because it's your money, not the government's. It should be spent responsibly. And I'd also like to invite everybody who's in here. I filled out a candidate questionnaire. All three of us did. And they are available online. Members of the Tea Party, they can give them to you. We all fill them out. If you'd like to review them and see where we sit on issues, that's the best way to do it. And with that, I can deal with my time.
Mr. Shaw? I'm Joe Shaw.
Joe Shaw, born here in Randolph County, attended Farmer High, graduated there in 1959. Attended Asheboro Commercial College, did not complete all that, but I did attend. Spent 30 years in the bail bond business here in this county. And for some period of time, we'd be the only bonding company in town. Mr. Maynard Wilkins, who is now deceased, I think this is his son over here. But, you know, I look at everything that I'm going to do and weigh from side to side. Try to be as conservative as possible and yet keep things on the level at home. Now you and time.
I think that's for the head of schedule. Thank you. Our first question concerns the North Carolina Constitution, which requires a referendum on public spending before we do so. Randolph County has never had a referendum on public debt. And I'd like to know your position on, does the Constitution mean what it says? Mr. Levy.
Yeah, I think the Constitution does mean what it says, and, you know, I know we've never had a referendum. It's been discussed, but there's never been a referendum, and I would probably support a referendum if it was brought forward and put up for a vote by the commissioners, you know, as supporting that resolution.
I'm not exactly sure what referendum you're talking about. I have to research that a little bit further. But one thing I would say was whenever money is spent by county government, if the people have the option countywide to vote on that spending on specific projects, it gives people more ability to control how much government spends and where the money goes to. And that's roughly my position.
I would definitely support this referendum. We've got to do something to slow the flow of going out.
I'm going to ask a follow-up question. Ms. Lanier, we spent 80-something million on construction while you were commissioner, but we never had a vote. Did you ever consider making a motion to have a vote?
Some of these projects, you know, were some that we probably should have had votes on, but did not. Yes, I consider, you know, some of the things that were done in the past that we probably should have had a vote on, and put it on the ballot. You know, I did, there's one thing that has come up, the 4% sales tax. You know, I would have supported that to have been on the ballot, which it was on the ballot, and the people, you know, voted the way they did on the issue. So, you know, I support public input, and I listen to the voters, and I try to get all the input I can from them. And, you know, it's, there's a lot of things that could be done different in the county, I think, that, but, I mean, you know, as far as that goes, time limit is a lot of things that we do, and a lot of times we have to make pretty quick decisions.
Let's talk about eminent domain. Two of you, when asked about the question, should eminent domain be limited in our North Carolina Constitution to a public purpose, public use, like roads, schools, as opposed to a public purpose. Two of you were opposed to making that a constitutional amendment to strengthen and limit the use of eminent domain in North Carolina. So each of you, could you tell us in some detail, please, what your position is on restricting the use of eminent domain in North Carolina to things such as schools and roads and hospitals?